The Civil Aviation Minister has set the tone for the debate by giving a very stern warning to pilots: fall in line or else I have a backup plan. No one is indispensable. The government can even look at shutting down the airlines. Let me then get our viewers to the question we are posing on the show this evening. Is shutting down the Maharaj the only option now left? Should the government just get out of aviation? Because the minister said it's very difficult for the government to be in the service sector. Captain Gopinath, founder of Air Deccan, one of the stalwarts of the Indian civil aviation sector, is joining us on the show from our studios in Bangalore. Warm welcome to you, Captain Gopinath. We've got Sunil Alag, one of the doyens of corporate India, joining us in the studio. Also, Dr. Sanat Kaul, a former representative of India on the Council of International Civil Aviation Organization, understands the civil aviation sector very, very closely. Jitendra Awad is the man a lot of people are very angry with. He's the president of the Indian Pilot Guild. The pilots being accused of acting in the most irresponsible fashion. Mohammad Salim, senior leader of the CPIM, is joining us from Kolkata. I want to first go across to Captain Gopinath on the question that's really come out of what the minister told us last evening, sir. Ajit Singh says if the pilots don't fall in line, the government could look at shutting down Air India. Do you believe, given how irresponsibly the pilots are behaving time and again, that shutting down Air India is probably amongst the very few options the government now has left?
It got. I can't hear.
Okay, I'm going to go back to Captain Gopinath in just a moment. Can you hear me, Captain Gopinath?
I can hear. Yeah,
yes.
I can hear you. Yeah.
What do you make of Ajit Singh telling viewers on headlines today that the government could consider shutting down Air India if the pilots don't fall in line and if they continue to act irresponsibly?
I think on this specific issue, I think the minister has done the right thing. It is an absolute shame that when a company is bleeding and in the verge of bankruptcy, that the pilots have chosen such an irresponsible action. You don't take the bread giver to a level where they're already on the verge of bankruptcy. You're just putting the last nail in the coffin. So I think the minister was absolutely right. They had to act very tough. They had to invoke ISMA if required, and do whatever is required to ensure that the flights are not disrupted. But on the other hand, I think successive governments, not just this government, successive governments have not really paid attention to Air India. It has been mismanaged. It has not been a lot of political interference or bureaucratic apathy. And I think we have to take a long, hard look as to how to deal with Air India and get it out of the mess that it is in. And I think if there is a political will, it is easy to solve the Air India mess, because Air India has huge assets. I think all the assets must be, they've got really, really great land and assets. They should all hive off all the assets into a separate entity, sell off those assets, and give a golden handshake and reduce the number of employees, so that the large number of low-paid employees, they don't come to grief, and then keep a lean operating company and then privatize it. Either they should shut it down instead of losing salary, losing money in this manner. But the better thing is not to shut it down. The government can and must solve this problem by paying attention to this, by giving a golden handshake and reducing the number of people, because all these assets that Air India has, land in all the airports, they should sell off that and pay off all the employees whom they want to retire, then keep a lean operating company and privatize it. British Airways was privatized, Lufthansa was privatized, Qantas, they're all national companies which are...
Get out of civil aviation, get out of the service sector. It's happened abroad. You're recommending that the government do that here. You're calling it a shame, using very, very strong words.